We live.
Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday. How are you all doing?
I'm doing good. How are you? Hey, Dino Max in.
Good morning.
Alexis was in here right away. Pennsylvania Reseller. Oh, hey. Look at that. It's been a while. I forgot to mute my YouTube. Morning, everybody.
Oh, this is fun.
Hey, I figured this is my coffee time. Everything's getting boring to watch the same shit over and over again, so I figured I'm going to come rile things up and talk about absolutely nothing.
Good morning, Lisa C. Welcome.
I figured it's a Friday. I got tons of shit to do. My priorities are messed up, so why not go live?
Good morning, Aunt Kelly. I love you. My Aunt Kelly's in here.
Hey, Aunt Kelly.
She's awesome.
Having internet issues.
Uh-oh.
I was having some internet issues the other day. I don't know if it was my computer or if it was the internet, but it was all day, even after rebooting.
Aunt Kelly, I'm always being safe. I don't wear gloves and I don't wear a mask.
Ha! But we do use hand sanitizer.
But we do, yes. We have it, on our desks. Oops. I didn't realize you didn't have us widescreen. So I have one on our desks. I have one in my purse. We have one in each vehicle. That's about as much as safety as we're going.
Right? That's about it. So anyways, the topic of the show is, we don't have one. We're just here to be here. We're just hanging out.
Yep.
Hanging out, talking about whatever. You want to talk some reselling, we could talk reselling. You want to talk some coronavirus, we could do that. You want to talk about yourself. Hey.
Did you see Alexa's comment? This video is not sponsored by, but it should be. The wonderful makers of hand sanitizer.
Oh, good morning, Eric.
Good morning, Eric.
Didn't see you sneak in. Lisa C. Ain't seen Lisa C. in a while.
She asked how sales have been.
Huh?
She asked how sales have been.
Sales have been, well, in the regular bargain effect eBay store sales, they fell off a bit. They're still there, but they fell off a little bit. Now, in the printing part, the decal business, my sales are up 400%.
Yeah, we're doing really good in that one. You got to welcome Rebecca.
It's them flipping critters.
Good morning, Rebecca.
Eric says, tell me about the conspiracy. Which one you talking about?
There's a couple. And then Alexis wants to know who is standing behind you, well, sitting behind you.
Where? She must be talking to you.
Hello, everyone.
So this here, he's a newbie to this whole YouTube thing.
And
his name is Steve.
You kind of squatted out there for a minute.
See, this is my new puppet. I figured I'd be like Jeff Dunham. Watch. Say hi, Steve. Well, he actually wants to start dabbling in reselling.
Yes,
so he's been kind of hanging out with me to kind of see what goes on behind the scenes. I mean, he knows you go out, you buy stuff, you sell it, but he wants to learn what's all involved that people don't talk about, like fees, expenses, not just, he's seen all the YouTube videos of people saying, I bought this for this and sold it for that. Yeah. So he's here to learn the details.
Dino says that Dino says, let's try this again. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
And
morning.
Aunt Kelly said, one of my personalities. LOL.
Hey, them flipping crooners. He said,
I know.
"Hi, Steve. I know you." And then she's out.
Probably.
Alexa says, "Hello, newbie, and welcome."
I'm a greenhorn right now.
That's because you don't wash. If you wash, you get rid of that green. It comes right off. It's called algae, dude.
Yeah. From all that fishing we do
This is true. Been doing a lot of fishing this week.
every day since I've been on my vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa C says, my Amazon sales were 4,000. Forgot the bit. Their net profit was $100.
Exactly. That's everybody wants to throw out the big numbers, the gross numbers, but it really don't matter. What matters is what's bankable. And I got yelled at once because I asked somebody that, and I was told like, you can't ask that. That's their personal business. Well, if you're putting your business out there on YouTube and you're going to talk about it, I want to hear real numbers. I don't want to hear coronavirus numbers. I want to hear real numbers.
Rebecca says, what, you don't remember me? LOL, I am sad.
I'm trying
She came up last year and visited me. I think it's for
who's them flipping hooters?
Brittany's Brands. Good morning, Brittany.
Good morning, Anthony.
What's up, Anthony?
Eric says, just once.
Once. Hey, my YouTube pros.
Uh-oh.
Is anybody else freezing, or is it just me?
No, but you're...
And why did it unmute again? It shouldn't have unmuted.
I have no idea. Hello, Craig. Good morning and welcome.
Craig, what's going on? So I'm gonna drop the link, because this isn't just like a me and Destiny thing here. This is whoever, man. Somebody wants to jump in and
They can even give me some info.
talk, or share, or tell us about yourself. Just shoot the shit. Pretty freelance, pretty open.
Yep. $39.99, Craig said.
Craig, you can pay me $39.99. Come on in. Anybody wants to jump in? Craig, you should jump in and tell us what you've been up to lately.
Right?
Lexus is busy. I think Aunt Kelly should come in and say hi.
I do too. A month Patreon membership, Lisa C said.
Well, she's starting a Patreon, or she's talking about all the people that are doing the Patreon. Still in bed. Oh, we'll get to see Craig live in bed. That brings some views.
Right?
Especially depending on what he's doing in bed.
Okay, so Rebecca says he has been staying up way too late. LO, that's why he is still in bed. The nursing home lets you stay up late? I thought you weren't allowed to.
Oh, he's been driving DoorDash. How's that? I was looking into like the DoorDash and the Instacart and all of that, and
Kelly's like, she's going to work.
None of that's available around here, because I was going to do that. I was going to do the Instacart just to earn a little bit of extra money, but we don't even have that available in our area.
No. Did you see Aunt Kelly's response? She said, all right, grandma, and Kelly is 48 and had no coffee, very beep, and I'm going to work. Well, you have to be nice, Aunt Kelly. Oh, I heard the beep.
Boop. There.
Oh, and now he makes us wide.
Well, when there's two of you, you don't really need it.
No.
Excuse me. Good morning to the two of you. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, not a problem.
I say it's just whoever, we got room for.
I've got a binder full of Coca-Cola cards that I'm scanning.
How's that going?
Slowly. Slowly, but
So
I
how
have
do
the
you-
resolution really high.
so
So
what are you doing? Searching for them by image?
I'm selling them by lots of 9 in an auction at starting at $9.99, free shipping. So then I have in the back there's special edition cards that I'm going to have to research them individually because I know that one already has sold on eBay for 150. So I'm just going to scan those ones individually.
But that's what I'm saying. How you're scanning them with what? Like
Oh, my scanner. Instead of taking pictures of them, I'm scanning them with my scanner.
so they got a photo scanner.
Yeah, like on my printer.
Okay, I was like, they don't have a barcode or something.
No, okay, I'm sorry. No, but I take just 9 cards at a time and I pull them out of the sheet itself and align them all down on the flatbed. And then the scanner is slower, Craig, but the quality's better. It's a much better photo than if I take a photo, I guess is how I can explain it.
So are you comping like each individual card to see if there's a gold mine card, or are you just saying whatever? I'm just putting them in lots of 9 and starting an auction and see what happens.
Well, both. For the majority of them, the Coca-Cola Classic cards, I'm just putting them into because I've done some research on them, and the Coca-Cola Classic cards, Series 4, are going for not entirely much, and most people are selling them in lots. So I'm just going to put them up on auction. But these cards that I have in back, I've got almost the whole series of the Centennial Celebration, like their special cards. I'll show you this one that I know. This is from 1993. It's a copy of a 1904 Coca-Cola advertisement of Lillian Nordica calendar.
Okay.
And this is the one that I looked up, and it went for 150 by itself on eBay. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages of those types of cards that I'm going to look up individually. And then I have some of these, I guess they call them super premium collection cards.
Okay.
And I haven't seen any of those listed on eBay at all, so I have no idea how to price them. But I'm just going to I don't know. I'm going to try and do some research. I got from Derek a website that I wrote down somewhere that you can look. Oh, Beckett. I think it's Beckett. Yeah, Beckett.com. You can look up the values of non-sports trading cards.
Oh.
So, and I also have all of these pop caps that came with each one of these cards. So I have like a whole binder full of this stuff. And then I also have a little Ziploc baggie. I don't know what I did with that, full of the pop caps themselves. So I don't know. It's going to be tedious, but that's why I'm doing the classic Coca-Cola cards 9 at a time, because if I tried to comp each and every single one of them, I'd be here forever. I'd lose my mind. And most of them are just like, 50 cents to $1.50 a piece. So
Steve here, he's brand new, wanting to get into the reselling thing. He's got tons of sports cards, and I think it'd be since he's already got them, it takes zero investment.
absolutely.
It's a great way though to practice comping things out, looking things up, and how to list.
Absolutely. And now even with the phone option to just go through eBay, I just learned about this the other day, actually. I think if it was from Nana Tink or from Kat, that you can actually just take a picture of the item itself and it will search for you to find out by
on the app.
Yep.
Like how I showed you with that razor. We
took a picture.
I showed him he bought a razor from Family Dollar, and I was just showing him how to comp it and whatever. And I showed him how to
post it,
how to research it by barcode, by picture, by typing, and by voice search through the app.
Yeah.
Well, I've never done voice search, but is that just like you put in?
It's like a text to talk or talk to text.
Okay. That's pretty awesome. But yeah, no, I came across this binder at a flea market before everything shut down out in like a couple of towns over from me. And I think for this binder, all the pops, he gave me 4 Funko bobbleheads and 5 Matchbox cars. I think it was like $25. So I ran away with that deal, like in a heartbeat.
Cool. Kelly, have a great day. Are you leaving us now? You said she was on her way to work right now?
Yeah, she's at her first stop already, but she got her coffee, and she's had her first cigarette, so she is happy.
That's the way to do it.
Yep.
Bye, Kelly.
I love my auntie. She is so cool. When I was down there almost 3 years ago now, when my Nana passed, I stayed with my cousin Shelly, which is her Aunt Kelly is her mom, and we hung out. And I got pictures of us singing in the car, and I tried to do the whole video thing, but my phone was being silly while down there. Like I couldn't access the internet. It was just really weird. And yeah, it was fun being down there. I didn't want to come home. Not that I don't love my family. I just miss my extended family very much. So
absolutely,
we have to make more trips down there for sure.
I want to go down there when it's warm, not like hot. Like I'd like to go down there now because it's still kind of chilly here, but I bet you it's pretty nice down in Florida right now. Oh, Lisa C's in here. She should be able to tell us. She's in Florida, if I remember correctly. If Aunt Kelly's gone.
So here's a question. Have you guys ever tried, or if you did try Ink Frog, how did you like it?
Ink Frog?
Yes.
I've never used Ink Frog.
Have you heard of Ink Frog?
I've heard of Ink Frog, but I have never tried it, so I can't really give an opinion on it.
Okay. Because I am literally just trying it today. I signed up yesterday because I was getting a little frustrated with Vendu not being able to set up a template where you can say, okay, like this is my payment, shipping, this, that, and the other thing, and just, in a quick greeting at the beginning, and then all you have to do is fill in the beginning, or you know what I'm saying, the info. Which you do have that option in Ink Frog, but I didn't pay for the version that I would ultimately need to pay for because it was a little too expensive and I wanted to try it first. But so far it's like it's a lot easier than Vendu, but you can't cross post to Macari, and Etsy and Poshmark. So you're giving up, you know what I'm saying there? It one for the other, but I don't know.
Yeah, I've never used Inkfrog. I've used Turbo Lister back in the day. But that was, oh man, many moons ago. Hey, Larry. Craig
Hey,
says, are
Larry.
you talking about policies on the eBay description?
No, I am not. I'm talking about in the description itself. What I usually do is say hello and welcome to another listing from Keep in Touch Enterprises. Thank you very much for choosing to shop with us. If blah 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 blah, and then I put in the information for that specific listing, and then below that I have payments. We only accept PayPal. Shipping, we ship to X, Y, and Z. Returns and feedback. Just general, like, we're talking about eBay, about policies in the eBay description. Okay, I guess that yes, that was yes. The short answer is yes. I misunderstood the question. But I thought he was talking about the eBay policies.
Hey, Jacob, good morning to you. Thanks for coming in.
Good morning. Good morning.
We just kind of hanging out. Drop the link again if anybody else would like to jump on in. We're not really doing anything specific. I'm chilling. I'm not sure what Destiny's doing. Alexis is working, so.
I'm drinking my coffee that's almost gone.
I need more coffee myself. I've only had one.
Hello, Larry. Welcome.
Hi, Larry, the stash.
So I don't know. I got a cross listing program that works pretty good. See, I put the stuff up on eBay, and then somehow it just automatically appears on Macari. Some program powered by Destiny.
Is that the beautiful thing that is sitting next to you called your wife that magically comes through like a pixie and
Yep.
just whoop, there it is.
I just sprinkled some pixie dust and mysteriously it shows up on Macari.
It's powered by pixie dust. There we go.
The bargain effect, powered by pixie dust. You should make a T-shirt that says that for Destiny.
Right? Yeah.
That is too good.
Oh wait, you got to repeat that because I should write that down, huh? Oh,
The bargain effect, powered by pixie dust.
And I like the way that cross-posting program works because it's free.
It's free and it requires zero extra effort by you.
Yeah, Craig, I quit using Vendo too because Destiny can literally cross-post. I mean, it takes her less than a minute, per item. So it was like we're not at such a volume where those seconds that it makes a difference is gonna really matter much. So
that's true.
So until we get to a volume where the seconds that Vendu would save is going to add up to be substantial, we're just going to continue manually doing it.
And I don't mind. Keeps my mind busy.
Right. See, if I had someone else that I could tag team with, I absolutely would say that it isn't worth it at all. But since I don't, in my inventory load, if you can see half of it behind me, is so immense. It relieves that pressure that all I have to do is click and go list, click list, click list, click list, and all I have to do is put in that first listing, and I don't have to worry about the other three.
Right. But see, like Craig said too, though, when I was using Vendu, by the time, you go in and you got to shorten your title for your other platforms. And then in Macari, you got to go in and fix your category because they don't have the categories,
Right.
And you go into the app to do all that. I think it actually takes longer to cross post than it does just doing it yourself. If you were just say going from eBay to Macari.
Hey, honey,
Okay.
you're doing that bouncy thing again.
That's
Really bad.
That's the video effect I got, so it looks like I'm in an aquarium.
So
Jake, did you see what Jacob said?
No.
I thought that was a cardboard cutout behind Tommy.
That's my mannequin, man. It's pretty realistic, eh?
Hi, everyone, I'm back.
Matt or Steve?
Yeah.
Funny.
That we weren't even a half hour into the live, and he needed a smoke break already.
I need one now. Oh God.
He says eBay to Macari is super quick if you have 2 monitors. Yes, it is. I will agree. I don't think I could ever go back to a 1-screen setup. I love my 2-screen, and Tommy wants to do a 3-screen setup for us. And yeah, I probably never go back to a 2-screen after that.
I had 3 screens down here for a while, and I loved it. My screens are 32 inches, so I just didn't have the space to run 3 32-inch screens.
Yeah, he had a huge setup.
But I do got a wall mount.
one.
I got a wall mount that I'm gonna mount the 3rd one up, and that'll be like my YouTube screen or whatever, and then my 2 work screens will be right in front of me.
Yeah.
How do you know if your computer can handle more than 2 screens?
You should be able to run 2 screens on just about any computer if you just, they have multiple ways to do it. Our computers have DVI. No, it's not. It's not DVI. It's multi-port outputs. So I can actually, on my computer, I have 2 multi-port outputs that will support 4 monitors each. So I could run 8 monitors on my computer.
Yeah, and same here.
And then, like, if you have a single output, you can get splitters to split that signal, an adapter to split that signal into 2.
Okay. And Lisa says she has an ancient tower and a crappy video card, and it still handles it fine for 3 screens. So I have my computer and I have one TV mounted up on the wall. But if I wanted to say, because I only have one HDMI port, but if I wanted to, you're saying I could get a splitter?
Yeah, they have. You can go on Amazon and pick up a HDMI splitter for, I think they're like $12.
Oh, sweet. That sounds good to me.
Yeah, I don't remember what you paid for yours.
What?
Your whole setup thing for your monitors. I know you had to buy a couple different.
Oh, I just had to buy the DVI to HDMI output adapter that cost. I got 4 of them for $6.
Ooh,
But that was just to convert, because my TVs don't have the multi-output port, the style port. So I just needed the converter to change it from one connection to the other. But if you're running with HDMI, then you just need the splitter box.
Cool. Well, I'm going to bounce out of here because the mail girl should be coming, and she's my best friend, and I promised her I'd come out and help her pick up the packages to bring them in, and because it's raining here, it's nasty.
I just want to point out real quick before you take off, Craig says also USB to HDMI is an option, which would give you a second video output.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you, guys. I will be back in the chat. I'll say hi in a little bit. And bye, both of you. You beautiful people. Thanks for having me.
Yep, have a good day.
It was nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you, too.
Peace.
She was talking to you, Steve.
Oh.
Well, it wasn't nice to meet me. For once, you already met me, and it's never nice. I'm going to eat a donut.
Oh, boy. Lisa C says she got her second monitor for $5 from the Salvation Army.
Yeah, you can grab monitors. Pretty
I
cheap.
have a computer monitor, and then I have a little TV.
Yeah.
A Vizio TV.
I'm actually running two 32-inch TVs, one of which I picked up from Walmart for $25.
Yep.
And they work great. I could never go back to a single screen.
Mm-mm. Not at all. I mean, it's so convenient to have two screens. I love it. And it's made blah, blah, if I could talk, need more coffee. It's made cross posting really fast for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's nice. And being that I have two different stores too, it's nice to have one store active.
Yeah.
All the time on one monitor and the other one. Or I can work on one, watch YouTube on one, or cross post. It's great. And I actually could utilize a third one. When I had the three hooked up, it was really nice. I just didn't have the desk room. And I could downsize the monitors, but I ain't going down to smaller monitors. No way. I'm just gonna get them. I'm gonna have them wrap all the way around.
That was initially the plan, to get as many monitors as possible. But I think I don't know if I could go more than 3, honestly.
Jacob has a laptop, so he uses a second monitor for a slightly bigger screen, not to have to do screens, just to see better.
That's what I did with my laptop. I had a bigger TV so that I could see better. And then he set this one up to where it was dual screen, and I was like, oh, love it.
I told you once you get that, you'd never want to go back. Cruder is asking, what did you do to your wrist, Destiny?
I'm not sure. Tommy thinks I messed it up when me and the kids were doing the gardening.
She's got a growth.
Right here, it's very swollen, and it's affecting the rest of my hand. So, heating pad, a brace.
Well, she's got a plate in there.
Yes, I do have a plate and screws in my arm. I've had it for a little over 10 years, and it should have come out, but never did. And every once in a while, I'll get like this bubble or knot, and it affects my hand. And well, we were doing gardening, and Tommy thinks that that's how I triggered it, and so it's driving me nuts. It hurts like crazy, and there's nothing I can do because of all this stuff that's going on at the moment. So just trying to take care of it at home. Mass quantities of alcohol will help that. Craig, you sassy. Oh.
I am. I have to unsubscribe to Craig. And I have to resubscribe to him. Because I keep hearing people talk about, oh, yeah, when Craig's live the other day, Craig this and that. And I'm like, Craig uploaded a video. And I'm like, I'm never getting notifications. I was like, what the fuck? I just checked and I just unsubscribed and resubscribed again.
Well, he has the.
Yeah, I wasn't subscribed to the Land Shark Picker Live. That one I just subscribed to for the first time. I didn't even realize it was there until I searched his name. So I just
want to do that.
Unsubscribed and resubscribed.
Okay. Oops. There we go.
Yeah, that's what I told Destiny. Like, she got to get a hold of her doctor. She was like, well, I tried to like a month ago and he didn't respond. And I'm like, well, a month ago, things were a lot more
crazy
in the medical world. So now you should call today.
Yes. I'll write it down.
Make a note.
I'm making a note. I have my calendar or my appointment book thingy.
Hey man, you better get into YouTube and like this goddamn video, dude.
I'm trying to go on. Right now I got Google.
Google.
But what if he doesn't like it?
Then hit the thumbs down like everybody else. I don't care. A thumb's a thumb.
Hey, I got it.
I had 2 thumbs down before the video even started, so I was like, cool, it got somebody's attention.
Right?
Alexis said, you two remind me so much of me and my sweetie and me. I don't think Alexis has a sweetie. I think it's in her imagination because I've never seen them. She's on YouTube a lot. So you would think at some point you get a glimpse of him. Where is he, Alexis? Where is he? I want to see proof. I love it. No P-test via phone.
That's a job I could pass.
Oh, Lord.
You're getting an edge out there.
They'll come up with that technology. You have to pee on this strip and insert it into a USB adapter that plugs into your phone.
That's just not right, y'all. Just not right.
Legalize it.
That was a sassy.
Save this video too.
You can. There's lots of things you can do on a smartphone.
Smarter than me?
Yeah.
Hey, Steve. You should pull up a test on your phone and then pee on your phone and see if it works.
I wonder if they have an app for that.
He said I tried it.
I should look over the App Store to see if they have an app for
Lisa, she said, don't give him any ideas, Tommy. Alexa says he's wicked camera shy and I don't go live when I'm with him. But ask Victoria, I had him backstage yesterday and she met him on accident. I think that was planned.
So what's been good with you, Lisa? I haven't talked to you in a while. I'm gonna get her to go live with us one day.
Sounds good.
I like Lisa. She got so much knowledge. So
I'm looking to see if I can find the number to the doctor again. I don't know if I saved it in my phone. Oh, there it is.
what's everybody's plans today? Destiny's is to call the doctor. Mine is either do some listing, clean my garage, work on Jasmine's car, or go fishing, or maybe a very little bit of all of the above.
Can you work on my truck?
I got work.
I can. I'm totally capable of it.
Please.
Whether it'll happen or not,
I gotta buy
that's
me
a
a rim
different
today.
story. Yep, Steve's got to get a rim. He procrastinated all week. Been on a YouTube diet, avoiding most of them. Yeah, I cut back a lot on YouTube too. I've been watching more like just off-topic stuff because it just got so repetitive. Listening to the same thing every day, and it was like, wow, I was getting my days confused because a lot of the shows were just sounding the same, and I was like, man, I thought I just heard this yesterday, and then find out, well, maybe not. Maybe I lost a day, but no, I heard it yesterday.
There.
That's why I figured. Me and Destiny talked about. We said, let's just do some random YouTube stuff. So we're probably gonna do this when we get our coffee fix in the morning and run, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes, 2 hours, 3.5, however long, till we don't feel like being on no more, and just talk about random crap. I want to get to know people. I want to know my audience. I know you're all resellers of some sort, or you wouldn't be on a reselling channel. But I want to kind of convert my channel from reselling to something else. And How did Rules for Rebels put it, honey? He said just throw a bunch of shit at the wall and see what sticks.
Yep. I really like him. I love his channel.
Yeah.
I got to meet him. So I knew, like, I followed him before we went to, what was it? Ecom Chicago. Is that what it was called 2 years ago?
These topics listed, and he never discussed the topic. More like a love fest, admiring each other. Don't mind me, I'm old and bitter. I don't know if you're old and bitter, because that's how I'm starting to feel about it. And I'm just like, so I don't think it has to do with old and bitter. I think it just has to do with it becomes monotonous. Either that or I'm getting old and bitter too, which I am getting old. So maybe we are getting
I'm bitter. I'm bitter.
I've been, yeah, maybe.
Just kidding. But old, yes. Bitter, maybe. Depends on the moment of the day.
Right?
It's got mood swings. Mood swings. Just kidding.
I earned it. I can be old and bitter.
Get off my lawn. No, that's me. That's me, because I plant flowers and I do, put stuff up in the front yard. And when the kids go riding through my front yard and knock my stuff over or break it, I am very not happy.
Yeah, she freaks out, man.
I do freak out. It's like, there's a sidewalk, there's a road, right in that, not my yard. Just saying. I spend a lot of time in my front yard getting it set up the way I want. Don't come in and start breaking stuff, because then we got an issue. The pixie turns into a very mean pixie.
Yeah, a lot of the YouTube people are very what would you say, like very self-centered or conceited? Do you think that there's so much greater?
Their head gets too big.
Yeah. It's like, ooh, you're YouTube famous among the reselling crowd. So, oh boy.
Did you see Lisa C's comment? Or I just picked the wrong month to stop smoking crack. Oh, I love her. She's so funny. Oh, there is some reselling content out there, a different circle, where it's the same 5 to 10 people doing live panels all over each other's channels and not very interactive. Yeah, I've noticed that. Oh.
Yeah. Lisa just chased cats off her yard. They pee in her borders, and it pisses me off. Build a wall.
That's what we did. We built a wall. I'm about ready to build a bigger one.
Build a wall and make the cats pay for it.
Hi, I made it back.
You're back. So where's the boyfriend? Is he there?
Where's the boyfriend?
Is he there? Is he back there somewhere?
No, he doesn't live here with me.
Well, I know,
Shaniqua
but
don't live here no more.
oh, you should send me that North Face jacket.
Oh, it's a fake.
Oh, so what? I don't mind bootleg shit.
Yeah, well, all right. If it'll fit you, sure. Why the hell not? Oh, I need to get my bag. I've got packages coming today, and I don't touch anything, and we wipe everything down with this denatured. Thank you, by the way, denatured alcohol solution, and so I bring my little IKEA bag out. Well, it's not little, but
I've been using
IKEA bag out.
I've been using denatured alcohol for a long time, and even before this whole pandemic thing, because in general, buying it in a bulk like that, in the big gallons or 4-gallon jugs, it's a lot cheaper versus buying the little bottles.
Absolutely. Oh, what a miserable day.
Oh,
Yeah, I hate that, Lisa. I'll wash my truck and then go out there the very next morning, and there's cat prints all over it, because we have black trucks, and for some reason the cats love to sleep on them in the summer. You would think they'd burn their paws because they get hot.
Yeah.
Bellfire. My cat Bellfire. It never failed. Never failed. He would come in sometimes at night but he was more of an outdoor cat. He was kind of a neighborhood cat, but he ended up being my cat. Well, people across the street took off with him, so I'm not very happy with that. But that's a whole different topic. But anyway, my cat Bellfire, every morning I would go outside for a smoke or sit down and have my cup of coffee, and he'd be laying on top of my car no matter where I was parked. He always found the top of my car, especially the green one, the View. He loved that thing.
So Lisa, thank you. So I guess COVID is it doesn't like nicotine. I don't know.
Yeah, I was reading that and I was trying to figure out, is she being serious or is she being sarcastic or is she being
I don't
bitter in
know.
her old age? I was like, I don't know.
For sure.
I don't see. Now y'all are making me want to smoke.
I know.
But I don't smoke down. We don't smoke in the house because of our inventory. When I first started,
Yep.
I had 2 returns that were returns saying they smell like smoke, and we were like, that's it. No more smoking in the
That's it.
house.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had a nightmare about that.
Now I have to sit down here and go through Nick Fits.
Yeah, but you have your vape.
I do have
That's
my
important.
vape, but the vape works and it helps deter it. Like when I'm down here, it can help me push it off for another, however long. Sometimes it's an extra 15 minutes, sometimes it's a couple hours. But when I'm like watching people and then they smoke a cigarette and I start getting all edgy, it's like, need to have a cigarette. Alexis.
Well, I'm watching the chat now. Finally, I figured out how to use it on my phone.
She said a nurse in Italy first noticed it, and she's being serious. They wouldn't let her say it, thought it would encourage people to smoke. Absolutely, I'm sure. But, with as greedy as the government is, you think they'd want people to smoke because the tax being so high on cigarettes.
Yeah.
Oh, the taxes. They're awful.
Back at 3 a.m., I'm drinking a beer. Why is my neighbor looking at me that way? I don't know. You probably got screwed up.
Maybe because
That sounds like my kind of morning.
Sounds like that's worse to me. I know if I was drinking a beer at 8:30 in the morning on my porch, my neighbors would probably come over and say, "Can I have one?"
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cold out. It's like cold and raw, and I haven't heard her mail truck yet, so it's like I just want to go back in the house.
I'm trying to see. It's chilly here. It's supposed to get warmer today, but
Hello, Joe from Family Flip. So welcome, and good morning. Happy
hey,
Joe.
Joe.
Yo.
It's like 44 here.
40. Yeah, we got 41.
Is that what the temperature is?
Yep, that's the temperature right now.
Yep.
Joe, if you ain't busy, man, pop that link. If you're busy, I understand, but it'd be good to see you.
Yeah, my phone
Pop
says
right on.
See, you got 39. I got 41. That's because I'm sitting on top of the heater.
You have my phone in my back pocket.
It's 70 degrees in my room.
Well, that's probably what it is in the house. Let's see. What I got down here is actually exactly 70 degrees in my basement.
Joe said it's like 70 and sunny there. It's beautiful. That is so not fair. Send some our way, please.
Well, you said you wanted to go for a drive yesterday, honey. You said, I just want to get in the truck and just go for a long drive. Joe, we're on our way.
All right.
I do.
I want to.
So
We could probably be there for a very, very late dinner.
Or an extremely early breakfast.
Or extremely early breakfast. Rebecca's got 49 by her. We're supposed to get up to
50 something today. But
we keep forecasting
is it
out.
raining there?
No, but it looks like it's going to. It's not supposed to, but it's really gloomy. It's gray. And how's our lake looking? The the Wisconsin River has been really good fishing lately. Ha! Let's see, where is he? Come on. There you are.
Hey, Joe, welcome.
What's up?
What's going on, buddy?
I was actually looking. I was looking for a reason to not do any work today because it's so nice,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you gave me that reason.
We've been out.
Am I freezing up?
Yeah, a little bit. Your voice isn't, but your video is.
I gotcha.
We've been out fishing every day this week, and it's been cold. We've been
Cold.
You know, they keep
Yeah.
forecasting 3 days from now. It's supposed to be like 62 degrees, and they've been saying that since last week, and we have yet to break like 51.
Right.
So we've been out there fishing and freezing.
Yeah.
We've been catching them now.
But yeah, they're biting.
Some days they take the kids.
That's my
some
lawn
days
carrier.
they take
I don't
the
like to mow the yard.
I used to like mowing it. I don't.
Hey, let me. I'll be right back.
All right.
Hey, Des, do you remember? I forgot to write it down when I'm supposed to have you on my show.
Yeah, it
You
was supposed to
add-
be Monday.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Monday, and yeah.
I'm so sorry.
So there's not
She
really.
was like, oh, Alexis is pissed off at me.
No,
I was supposed to
my
be on her
God.
show the
I
same day
think
you
that
were.
That was a huge miscommunication. I'm really glad I asked. No, my God, I'm so embarrassed. No, please, Des. I am not pissed off at you at all.
He is so messing with you. I knew you were overwhelmed, so I figured that eventually you'll get on the list.
I was like, what the? I'm like, when did I told her I was gonna. I'm like, I just don't remember. And I realized that when I was in the chat earlier, and I said something in the chat, but I guess you guys didn't see the question, and so I wanted to, while I still have the opportunity to ask you. Let me check my calendar upstairs. I can still hear her if she drives up High Street. So let me check my calendar upstairs because I'm pretty sure I have a spot on this upcoming Monday. If not, then yeah, I do. My brain
she
is
was like-
actually
she was
starting
like-
to work. I think I
She
need
was
more
like,
coffee,
Alexis
but-
asked me to be on. Then she totally dissed me. She's like, no, she didn't. Wait till the next time she asked me to be on her show.
Oh my God, stop it. Tommy, you were such a troublemaker.
I do my best.
All right, so
Well, while you're looking that up, I got to answer Rebecca. She said, how's the lake looking? Anyways, the lake, the local lakes are sucking as far as fishing, but they look like wet. And the river has been really good fishing, but because of the winds, it's been rough and choppy.
do you go out on the boat or do you fish from shore?
This is like, just throw me around. I see how this. No, this is the first year that I don't have a boat. So I haven't been on the boat this year yet, but I will have one soon because this bank shore fishing and hauling my tackle with me around, nah, that ain't me. I'm too old for that. I need a
Des,
boat.
how about Monday at 6?
The 27th.
That's correct.
All right.
I have you written down already.
You? Hey, send me a link. I'll watch.
Oh, does
Yeah,
that?
Rebecca, they drained the little lake in town, got all the carp and crap out of there, fixed the dam, and it's back up now. It's full again.
Yeah, they didn't. I don't know. When they drained that, they were supposed to do a lot more to it, but they ended up not. So, but they found a safe that was
Yeah.
from 40, 60 years ago.
Yeah, so some robbery that took place in the 50s, they finally recovered the safe from it.
It was by the dam.
Yeah, my poor IKEA bags out there so empty.
I have to get some IKEA bags. I must be like the only reseller that don't have any IKEA bags. I keep hearing about them.
Sorry.
I don't have them. I haven't found a need. Like,
What, dude?
What was that?
Joe froze and let me hear a kid. That's awesome.
That wasn't. That was Joe crying because he's freezing up.
Oh.
He'll get it figured out. Yeah, oh, is he
There
back?
he is.
There you are.
But he's muted. It is all good.
We try and say something, Joe.
Got his mic muted.
He'll get it.
Here, why don't I drop out? Maybe that'll give him a little more.
I want to hear about his weather.
And I will say thank you again. And Des, I will see you next Monday night at 6 p.m.
Sounds good.
All right, bye.
Bye.
It's later. Craig says he had IKEA bags before it was hip to have IKEA bags.
I don't even know, like.
Oh, I think it's just a big blue bag. I hear people talk about them all the time, but I haven't. I'm looking at an IKEA bag right now.
I am too.
It's just a big blue bag. It's like looks like a bag that's made out of a tarp.
Yeah.
So what's Craig? What Alexis will be back in 3 minutes. Craig, what is the benefit of an IKEA bag? I mean, like, what makes it different than putting your shit in a tote?
You can carry it like a backpack.
Well, I don't carry my inventory around with me. My inventory sits on the shelf.
Oh, they even have IKEA baseball caps that's reworked from an IKEA bag.
I mean, I could see if you wanted to keep your plush in there and they're like vacuum sealed so you could squish them down and it'd stay compacted or something, but it's just a bag that looks like it's made out of a tarp, literally.
Yeah. I need to go bleach my eyes.
You do?
Yeah, somebody turned an IKEA bag into a thong. Oh, my eyes.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Yeah, I don't know. I use for stuff like my plush, my hats, you know, that stuff I put all in just the regular like 20-gallon totes. Our clothes go in filing cabinets because it's so much easier, and everything else goes on a shelf.
Yeah.
I don't really have the need for a bag.
And then when
to me, it seems like it would be harder. Like, okay, so then where do you keep your bags? You just throw them in a corner stacked up, or do you put them on shelves?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, from the look of this one here, I don't know if it's the same one you were looking at, but from the look of this one here, it looks like a tarp. It's $2.99 plus $13.95 shipping, which sounds ridiculous to me. You would think putting it on a shelf, you take a chance of it like possibly getting ripped if it snags on part of the shelf or something like that.
Craig says that people use them to carry orders from bins to shipping area or from home to USPS. We have a bin for that.
Yeah, I got my postal totes.
Yep. And then when we go out sourcing, we take
totes.
Yeah, we take totes.
I mean, they might be a good idea, and they probably work for some. I just haven't found anything where I'd say, man, I wish I had some IKEA bags.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think, but I really don't. I can't see how I would put them to use, other than like if you got a lot of packages, carrying them, you know, to the post office because it's going to be bigger.
Yeah, very well. I mean, probably, Craig. You're probably right on that.
Let's
My
see.
guess is still the YouTube value.
Pitching.
He
All
gave
right.
us a thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Still frozen though, Joe.
Still not bad.
Yeah, your video's still frozen, and now your
It
audio's.
sucks.
Oh, you moved though. I seen you move.
Yeah.
Just sold
I
a
don't
hat.
know. Maybe it's working now. We'll see.
Oh, there we go. It's
I
working
sound
better.
like, I don't even know if you hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, but
I
it's
sell like 5,000 phones a year, but I won't buy myself. Am I cutting out?
you were when you first started talking. Now it seems like your audio's okay. Your video's still clippy, but your audio
Okay.
it's better. It's better.
All right. Maybe it's working. We'll see. But I sell like 5,000 phones a year, but I won't even buy myself a new phone. So I've got like a phone that's like 4 years old. So I'm trying to stream from my phone. It doesn't have enough RAM to do the streaming. And so I'm on my iPad now.
There you go. See, but when I try to do StreamYard through my iPad, like join it, it's choppy on mine too. And I have an older iPad. It's the iPad Mini 2 or something. And I have issues on my iPhone too. I have issues with any of the things in StreamYard. But when I had my Android phone, I could use that on StreamYard and it worked fine. But I think that's because that goes through the Chrome browser, and I always try to use the Safari browser. I should try putting the Chrome browser on my iPad and see.
I don't know, but I tried to open up in Chrome and it wouldn't do it. I had to use Safari.
Yeah, and from what I understand,
how are y'all doing?
We're doing good. We're still healthy.
Yeah, that's good. I was saying earlier, I was looking for an excuse to not do any work today, and then I got on YouTube and you were streaming. So it's your fault.
we can help you procrastinate. That's why I'm on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's why I said, I was like, man, it's Friday.
I haven't listed anything so long.
I was like, it's Friday. I got a whole bunch of stuff to do. My priorities are screwed up, so let's go on YouTube.
YouTube?
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah. YouTube. I hate listing. So I've got, me, which we've had furlough her, and then we have a virtual assistant that does listings for us also, because I hate doing listings. But there's nothing for them, since I furloughed with Whitney, and then our virtual assistant, the stuff I need to list, he can't do through pictures very well. So it's up to me to list now, and I don't want to. It's probably been, it's probably been well over a year since I've listed something on eBay. And I'm having a hard time getting back into it.
Right. See, I hate listing too. That's the part I hate the most. I don't mind shipping. I don't mind cleaning products. I don't even mind taking photos.
Yeah.
I just hate going through the listing part of it. But yet I can't have anybody list for me. I tried to hire somebody to list for me, and I was just unhappy because the listing wasn't the way I would have did it. I didn't feel they put enough detail, or they left things out, and I probably need to let go of that control a little bit in order to have.
But in your defense, they were not listening. They just wanted to do it quick, mess it up, and get money for it.
They wanted to spend more time. They wanted to get paid to play on their phone and text their boyfriends and girlfriends and shit, and they weren't trying to do the job right. But
I can hear my voice coming out of the bathroom. Really?
Yeah, I've thought about using Cellhound, but yet I hate paying for stuff I can do myself too. You know, it's not like I'm doing the,
Yeah.
it's not like I'm at the point where I'm doing the max I can do and I reached my full potential of what I'm capable of doing, because I'm not. Be 100% transparent. I could be performing so much better myself than I am. So I can't really justify
Yeah.
paying for hiring somebody to do something that I still have time to do. I'm just choosing not to.
Yeah. But that goes into the added, like, I spent 20 years in the restaurant industry as a, manager, general manager, um, running a whole company. And we always said, put your aces in places. Like, you can't, like, if you don't enjoy doing something and you're hiring an employee that doesn't enjoy doing that aspect of the job, their performance is going to suck. Even though they
Yeah,
could be an amazing employee, like, they could have the best attitude, best work ethic, but if they're doing something that they don't enjoy, that aspect, that specific job function, their performance is not going to be very good. And that's why I've hired people to list for me, because I don't enjoy it. Like, it's just, I did it for a long time. The first, I guess I've always had somebody helping list. Like, I've always outsourced um, listing part of it. And so it's just, I don't like do it. I'd rather do other things in the business. So that's where, yes, you're true that it could be that, you're not operating at your full potential, and you're like, I don't want somebody to do it. But if you paid somebody to do all your listing, then you spent all the time doing the stuff that you wanted to do, it could be a lot more sales. So that's where,
yeah, that's a good point too.
because then it's that guilt. Like, if you're a hard worker, and you have a very good work ethic, but then you fall into that, like, I'm not doing anything, I feel bad because I should be doing so much more. It's just that trap.
Now, have you gone through a lot of listers? I mean, because how this
Over the years,
yeah, because I guess part of
I
my
had
go ahead.
what I've sold a lot of, and what I've had my listers do are things that are very easy to do. Like you don't really have to do a lot of guessing. Um, what did you just do with my rubbing alcohol? You dumped it all out? No more.
Yeah, little guy.
He found my 1% bottle of rubbing alcohol, and I'm pretty sure he dumped it all out on the floor. And this stuff's like $10 a bottle.
Oh,
But what can you do when your coworkers are acting up? Isn't that what they're calling kids now? Coworkers.
right. Yeah, yeah.
But I was sorry for the distraction. What I was saying was the I've always had my listers do things that it doesn't require a lot of guesswork. When I have listers do stuff, it's gonna be something that is already in eBay's catalog. Like, there's not measurements, there's not clothing. It's usually electronic or hard good stuff that it's in eBay's catalogs. Like, they don't have to guess a lot of stuff. And so, like, I've always done that, and they've done well. Like, I mean, I've probably had maybe less than 10 over the years, over the last, I guess, 5 years, 6 years I've been doing it. So over the last 5 years, I've had probably 10 total that do it. One, Whitney, she's been with me for, you hit your head. Yeah. With me for probably 10 years. Dude just whacked himself in the head with this big old camera. And but I had several that worked for me for a while, and I had a husband and wife and a teenage son that they did it for me for probably a year and a half, and they would do like 150, 200 listings for me. So it's just finding finding the right items and creating a system for the right person.
Yeah, I suppose.
I make it sound easy. It's not easy,
Yeah.
but you just have to be really strategic. Like if, I mean, my listers have been so successful because they list all the same thing. So they become experts in that category that they're listing. Like if you sell in multiple categories, it would be very difficult. But like if all you sold was like men's shirts or shoes, they could probably start to catch on after, you know, a couple of months. But there is a learning curve that goes with it. But if it's something it's every item is totally different, it would be very hard for anybody to be able to grasp that. It just would. I mean, it's just our human behavior. Dude, you don't need that heat gun. This dude is getting everything.
See, and that, right now at this point,
I'll
we're
unplug
selling
it.
so much different stuff, you know. And I want to narrow that down. I don't want to sell hundreds of different items. I want to sell hundreds of a few items.
That's, I mean, and that's, sorry if my crying kid is a little distracting.
No, that's
I have
running
squeaking
a business
birds. You're all
with your
good.
kids.
I have somebody sitting over my
Yeah.
shoulder here that cries all the time, man, and I just learned to let it not bother me. The thing is,
I was thinking about
he's
something
40
this
some
morning.
years
It's a
old and
little
he
off
cries all
topic.
the time.
Yeah. What, honey?
Hello, Claire.
There's a lot of dads that are resellers. And so as a dad, like our kids look up to us, we hung the moon. And very early on when I was working from home and reselling, Jolene, man, that poor girl, like she didn't know like daddy's working. Like she would just know that daddy's home. And when daddy's home, like I want to be able to play with daddy.
Right.
And so many times I like destroyed that girl unknowingly because she would come in and she would want to play with me. Like she would just want to spend time with me. And me so focused on work, I would just tell her, no, like, I'm sorry, I'm working, I can't do it. And just time and time again, I would just see her walk away so deflated and just distraught and feeling so rejected. And I'm like, it just hit me one day, and I'm like, man, like, that's not the message that I want. Like, my kid, she doesn't understand that I'm working. Like, she just knows daddy's home and I love him and I want to spend time with him. So I learned, very early, I would say early, it was early on the grand scheme of things, but it probably took me a good 6 months of telling her no, that she doesn't need all of my time. She just needs 5 minutes. How many times when we're working at our jobs or wherever, do we just talk to somebody 5 minutes? Or go to the water cooler or just shoot the shit with somebody. It's like I learned like this very early, like just take 5 minutes and just go play with the kids for 5 minutes. If they want to play, just give them 5 minutes. And it changed. And now, like, my kids, they come in and like for the most part, he lets me work. But Lucy, she has a hard time. But if I give them 5 minutes, instead of always telling them, no, I'm busy, I'm working, like their behavior is totally different. So if you're a dad out there, just give your kid 5 minutes. I promise you it will give you greater dividends than that 5 minutes of listing ever would. So
I think that's really
now.
I think that's really, really good advice. And I think a lot of us that are at-home resellers forget that, because I know there's times when the kids come downstairs and they'll ask me, and I'm like, dude, I'm working, especially if I'm in the middle of something, like right in mid-step of something, and then they just kind of hang their head and they'll walk. It's like,
I will be right back. Speaking of a child.
But back on topic, you were talking about finding items that are similar in similar categories. That's one thing that we always really encourage people to do. and it's hard, like with sourcing, just depend on your sourcing technique. If you do a lot of thrifting or garage selling or state sales, you are going to naturally have a wide variety of items that you can get at a very, very low cost, and you're going to have very high profit margins. But what you do lose with that is efficiency. That there is going to be a loss of productivity because it takes a while. You don't need to play with the razor blade, buddy. You can play with this right here. That it takes your brain a while to change tasks. And so yes, you are making more money with that stuff, but hourly wage, could you be making the same hourly wage by buying something that you have lower margins on, but you're able to get a lot more done, a lot more listed, and you sell a lot more of? So it's like, thinking at it from different sides.
And that's what I'm working on, is converting my mind over to, man, I paid $1 for this and I'm making, $30, $40, $50 on it, but it's taken me a lot longer to list it. It's sitting in my inventory longer, and I'm converting on switching my mind over from the high profit to the velocity sales. Lower profit at a higher velocity. And
because you can ask 10 resellers what's in their death pile, and they'll be like, man, there's so much high dollar items in there, but it's items that like they hate doing, and that's what really creates the death pile. And it's like, yeah, you have a lot of money sitting there, or a lot of potential, but it's stuff that you don't want to do. So I learned to pass up on that stuff. And we were even talking, we were making a video yesterday because we went to our storage unit and to try and look what we have left in there. And it's a lot of stuff in there that I'm like, I try to hold on to squeeze pennies out of. And I'm like, man, all this a year ago, I'm like, man, there's so much money in here. And now I'm like, man, there's so much junk in here. Like, I just want to call somebody to come and pick it all up because I don't even want it. So it's like, I was like, man, like a year, how much perspective it's changed in my sourcing strategy to figure out, recognizing that a lot of stuff, like I say I'll get to it and then I can do it, but then I never do, and it just keeps getting pushed off to the side. And so there's that.
Yep. Yeah, I got quite a bit of it, and I look at it every day, and it's like, man, I need to get it listed because it's money just sitting there. But yet it's like, I wish it would just disappear, Somebody came around my house today and took it all, I'd be like, thank God.
I know, right? And that's the dilemma we get caught in. And it's like, we went through, I say I had Whitney go through about a month ago. We had like, I don't know if you can see these black storage bins behind me. You want down now? I'll show you. These little black storage bins here. I got a pile of them over here. Over there. Yeah, we had probably 20 of those full of stuff that when we closed the warehouse down, I was like, oh, we can make money off this stuff. But, I had her go through it. And she was like me in a lot of, there's a bad echo. She was like me in a lot of ways, trying to squeeze pennies out of stuff. And, we've both been learning, like, we're never going to get to that. Like, I know myself well enough by now to know that I'm never going to list that thing. I say that I'm going to, but I'm not. Dude, if you're going to be so whiny like this, you're going to have to go inside. Okay?
Hey, best offer queen. Thanks for coming.
I hold you now. But we had 20 of those. Come here, dude. We had like 20 of these bins, and that's all we have left. We've got like 10 left, so I had to throw away. We're 10 bins of stuff that we were never going to list. And it was, lower end items, like $10 items that we paid 50 cents for. But we just threw them all away because I'm never going to list those. I'm never going to get to it. Even at a garage sale, like I'm never going to want to spend the time to actually have to go it all on a table. And plus, I don't even want people coming to my house or even knowing where I live. Like, I don't even want that.
You know, and we did it. We had a flea market booth for 2 years, and we actually gave it up because it just wasn't worth the time. We had to go sit over there. We had to spend our weekends there, you know. And then flea market people, they're so cheap. You know, if you got a quarter on something, they want to give you a nickel. It's like, so it was like, this isn't worth it. We donated so much stuff from our flea market back to the thrift store just to get rid of it. And we had the expense, and it just wasn't worth the time. And, you know, then you're doing eBay at home, and you're also trying to make sure your flea market's stocked. And what we were doing is I was going to a lot of auctions, so I was buying stuff in big lots to get a couple of good eBay items out of it, and then the rest would go over there, and it wasn't beneficial. So we gave that up.
You don't need that.
Oh.
Why do kids buy the most dangerous things to play with, and then when you tell them no,
they get mad? Yeah, they get mad.
This is
oh, you're cutting out a little bit again, Joe.
you can see.
Yeah, Cliff, I agree, and that happens too. You know, I'll finally, you know, I'll pick a day and I'll just be like, I'm gonna list some of this old crap that I got laying around here, and it does fire up other sales. It's just things that I used to get excited about. You know, you go to the thrift store and you buy something, and you're like, ooh, I can make $12, $15 on it. Now that doesn't excite me. It's not like worth the time. So it just sits there, and it's a shame.
Time for you.
Because it's money going just doing nothing.
I'm fixing to get off of here because this little dude is ready for a nap. So,
yeah, we're
going
gonna
see
get
if I
ready
can go lay him down.
too. Well, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, man. It was fun talking. Sorry if I talk too much. I don't talk to a lot of people.
All right, man. You're welcome to come in. We're going to be doing this, Joe. We're going to be doing this probably Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings just to get going and jump on the day. So you're welcome to come in anytime you want. Always.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
You're one of my favorite YouTubers, so it's always an honor to have you on with us.
Thank you. YouTubers are so boring, in my opinion. I'm boring, I know.
All right, we'll catch you later.
Y'all.
Yep. See you later, Joe.
All right, and as for everybody else, I'm in need of a smoke break. So, oh, Amy, I didn't see you sneak in. Hello. But I think we're gonna shut her down unless you want to keep her going on. But I need to refill coffee. If I'm going
coffee's being made because somebody took the last of the coffee and left the coffee pot on and didn't make more coffee.
Damn it, Steve! I know you don't want me to fuck you up right here on YouTube. Because that's the second time you did that today.
No, not today.
Ooh, he pisses me off. Yeah, you didn't. She didn't have no coffee when she woke up because you took the last.
Donuts, though.
I don't care about your goddamn donuts. What good are donuts without coffee?
You got donuts.
Maybe this is why I can't find a good employee. I'm not a very good boss. Next time you leave the coffee pot empty, you ain't getting no more coffee ever.
Well, for the record, I got a nice cup of coffee.
I don't give a shit about your coffee.
Still warm.
Come on. I gotta go. I gotta go have a cigarette. I gotta fuck this kid up.
No, you can't go have coffee. You can't go have coffee, can you?
Yeah. Watch.
You don't want to drink that. It'll give you a heart attack.
Yeah, I don't know where your lips been.
I don't know what
Lisa said, "Don't make Tommy kick your ass." Do it.
Oh yeah.
No, Cliff, right? It's very hard to find good help.
Hey, I'm a greenhorn. I'm a rookie. I'm allowed
coffee and donuts are the two things to get ahead when it comes to Tommy. And you have failed at both.
He's a newbie. As he said, he's a greenhorn. And if he doesn't know by now that he can't leave me in destiny, an empty pot of coffee, he's also an idiot.
Or donuts.
Ow.
So with that, I'm gonna go upstairs, smoke a cigarette, kick this dude's ass.
Later, guys.
Get
Did
it?
you see Jacob's comment? He
No.
said they don't make cardboard cutouts like they used to.
No, you got,
That's a good one.
got to get those mechanical ones, man. They're hard to find. All right, Lisa, Cliff, Jacob, Amy, Dino, Craig, best offer queen, everybody. I missed anybody else? I'm sorry. Thanks for joining us this morning. We'll be back Monday, same time, same.
I have my live tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Time, mental health live chat. If anybody wants to head over there tomorrow.
Hey, this is my channel. You go on yours and plug your own shit.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. Why don't you drop a link real quick? You got a link for it?
Yes, I do. Let me get it.
Yep. She gets on there and talks about how crazy she is.
It's a safe place for everybody.
Except for me, because when she like goes off her camera, she's hitting me and beating me.
I am not.
Oh.
Don't even lie.
Oh, I thought you were.
No, don't even lie like that. You sassy. It's my 17th episode.
Yay!
My mental health live chat. He is full of it, Amy. He really is. I will call you after we're done being live. I have so got to talk to you.
Sounds like soggy hot dogs for with a cup of boiled.
I'm gonna have boiled hot dog juice for.
I'll throw some thing in it. It'll be all right.
It might be time for another fishing trip.
Hey.
It might be.
You gonna drop your link or what?
I did drop my link.
Hey, Jacob, it is time for another fishing trip. I'm just waiting for it to warm. Oh, looks like there might be a little peak of sun out there.
Nope,
Hey.
Don't lie to me.
I'm not lying.
I know you be trying to play on my lack of you in the dungeon. She'll be like, oh, you can't, it's storming today. Might as well not even think about going. And then I find out later on that it was bright and sunshiny, 70 degrees. But because I'm in the dungeon, she lies to me.
I do not. You're so
No,
bad.
she likes it when I go fishing because then I'm not here getting on her nerves.
We'll talk about that on Monday. We'll dedicate a whole show of how you get on my nerves.
We'll
It's gonna
do
be
it.
more than a day, right?
Oh yeah.
What is taking so long for that link? Are you like first
Baby,
making?
I already dropped it.
Well, pick it back
Oh
up.
shit! I didn't even see that. All right. Okay, everybody, have a great day. Be productive. Safe weekend.
Much love, everybody.
Don't drink too much. If you do drink too much, make sure you partied like a rock star. Then
We'll see
Yeah,
you
we
guys
are.
Monday.
we'll see you Monday morning, and take care. Peace.